You guys have built confidence during the first couple weekends and played well at times. What do you expect or what are you looking for during the next 6 games when the level of competition increases with Lake Superior, Michigan State?
Well, I'm hoping that the expectations stay the same, and we had a little group talk this morning where guys are seeing differences in what we've expected going into the first 4 games on an individual basis, every game day. I don't see why that would change going into Friday night's game. And we're expecting to go to Lake Superior and play well and take care of what we can take care of, which is the details of the process, and we'll let the result take care of itself. I don't expect any of us getting on the bus Thursday expecting not to win or not to play well or not to have success. Now, the price of that success is going to be very difficult. Obviously Lake Superior and then Notre Dame and Ferris back to back. All 3 of those teams are playing very good hockey right now. Looking at their latest games, and it's the league. We know what the league is, and the league was very difficult for us last year. The league made their opinions known when the preseason polls came out, and I hope our guys continue to focus on us and the opportunity we have starting on Friday is to prove some people wrong, that we are a team that is ready to compete at a high level in league play. But that's what it's going to be. They're going to be difficult games. From our perspective, not so different than the Yukon or Huntsville series. There were difficult games with adversity, with adverse situations, whether it be penalties or turnovers or whatever. That's what's going to happen this Friday, and we're going to have the whole crowd against us. So another opportunity for us to grow up.
You feel like you have a better feel for where you stand after the next 3 weeks?
Maybe not. Kevin, I think we'll have a better feel for what the league is this year. Everyone's had changes and lost some guys, and that includes Notre Dame, even though they've got a lot of guys back. Ferris lost some big guys, and Lake Superior lost some big guys in terms of pieces of their puzzles. But we're not gonna. This isn't. If we go 0-6, it's over at the end of the world. That's not what we expect to happen. But we're not going to worry about the big picture so much. We're going to worry about the day-to-day operation of this thing, and we've got an opportunity Friday, and that's what we'll focus on. Will the coaches know? Will we have a better idea of where we stand for this season after these 6 games within our league? I think it'd be stupid to say no. Yes, we will. We'll have an idea of how these games go, regardless of the outcome. If we're a ways away or we're closer than we think. I have my own thoughts on that right now, but these 6 games will show it, and starting with Friday.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think we're ready to compete at a high level. That's my opinion. I know what people have lost. I know what we lost. And I'm not talking about just this Friday. I think in our league. Now, the preseason thoughts of the coaches and the media in this league, we deserve those. That's the taste we left in their mouth last year. Well, we're a different team. We're a different program than last year, and we're going to continue to improve and build every day. We have to go and prove it. I believe in my heart that this culture and this process and this everything we do day to day can work, but we haven't proven it here. We need to start proving that. The facts are we're competing against guys that these guys have played juniors against and competed against for years. Why not us? Why not right now? Those are the questions we're asking ourselves every day. Why not Bowling Green and why not this year? I'm not saying world beaters. I'm saying competitive at a high level every game, in league, out of league. We have a chance to prove these, to people in our league that we're a better program than they think we are this year. I think people think we're on the upswing, but I don't know how much they're expecting from us this year. And the other thing that, we've heard it so many times and you're almost sick of it, but it's positive that, well, you guys were in a lot of games last year. And we were in a lot of league games last year, and we found a way to lose. For us to make that step, I believe we're still going to compete in every league game we play in. For us to take that step, we have to find a way to win. That's all there is to it. We need to compete and win those games in order for us to take a step forward. And our expectations are just that. That's what we expect to happen.
What have you seen on the ice so far this season that tells you that this is a much better club than this time last year?
Well, I see more physical size. I see us being a better team down below the tops of the circles in the offensive zone when we're on our game. And I see us capable of making more plays from defensemen to forwards. Whether that means a defensive play that turns into a turnover and we go the other way in transition, or whether it means our defensemen make a better play with the puck to get the puck to our forwards. We spent so little time in the offensive zone last year because we were chasing our tail in the defensive zone trying to get the puck back. And everybody was playing keep away from us. I don't think that that's the case anymore. But I honestly can tell you, there's times in practice, there's been times in the 4 games we've played where we've seen that again because of our youth. We just see a lot more potential in this year's team than we saw in last year's team at the same time. Just our opinion, just our it's our job to evaluate. Those were our evaluations. We're seeing improvement on a daily basis. But there's still times where we show that ugly head of not really looking like we know what we're doing. We're just seeing, I think again, the things you see right away is we're a bigger looking team, and we're better at getting the puck from our defensemen to our forwards. And that makes, in my mind, us better. We're going to spend less time in our own zone. We're still going to check hard, but we're going to spend less time in our own zone. And then to this point, we've seen more potential on the power play to score goals. We've seen better puck movement. We've seen more creativity, more poise, more just everything that makes our power play look better. Does that mean we'll be at 20, 25%? No. But that's what we're fighting towards. There was times last year where we couldn't get the puck away from the boards. We kept shooting it around the boards, which is obviously ridiculous. Now we see hockey plays being made. That's why those guys are out there. Whether, again, it's through them using their creativity or just their skill or whatever. It's a year older or it's different guys. I just feel like we look different on the power play as well. Other than that, there was nights last year where we did some good things, but it didn't result to much. We feel we're another year older this year, and some of those close nights are going to go our way instead of go the other way, just based on being older and our expectations being higher.
Putting Hammy aside, in his play aside, what do you see that's allowing you to be a better defensive team this year?
Well, I just think there's we've got better players back there from top to bottom. That's what we feel. That's not a shot against anybody. It's not a being critical of last year's people. It's just, our young guys are competing hard. They're fitting in. Our older guys have taken a decent step with their game, their strength level, their conditioning level, their overall game. I just think we're deeper now, and ultimately that's obviously a good sign. We don't want to put the weight of the world on Andrew's shoulders, which we've talked about 20 times, and make him stop 40 shots a night. It's not fair, and there's no reason for it. None. But we spent so much time and energy in our own zone last year, and at times doing a nice job. But so much time and energy in our own zone, we had no energy left or time left to spend in the other team's zone. We need to be a more offensive team too, which will help our defense, obviously. And we feel we have the capabilities of doing that.
And then can you just talk about the way Hammy's played so far?
I think Hammy's been solid. I don't think, with the exception of the third period against UConn, there's many goals or pucks that he would want back. He seems to be on top of his game. He has not been on an island to this point. I'm not taking away from Andrew's performance by any means, but he hasn't had to win us a game yet. Are there going to be nights like that, and is he capable of that? Absolutely, on both those questions. But to this point, I think we've defended pretty well. Breakdowns always are going to happen, but I think for the most part we've done a pretty good job of taking care of the puck when we win it and winning the puck when we don't have it. And then again, being a better team offensively helps you defensively because you spend less time in your own zone. And I think from the capability side, we are more capable of spending time in the other team's zone and making them chase us around than we were last year.
As far as Hammond's play is concerned, where does he need to improve? What things can he do to be even better?
Probably just overall consistency. You know, he's a pretty consistent guy, and I'm talking about every day. I still feel there's a bad goal here or there in practice. You know, when you talk about the best guys ever to play college, or even in college in particular, because practice is such a big deal. You know, I remember talking to other coaches and say this goalie doesn't let in a goal in practice. Like there's still a soft goal here or there in practice, and Andrew will admit that. You know, we think he's still growing. You know, even physically, he's such a big guy that I think he's just trying to figure himself out with that. Like physically, what does he need every day out of practice? If he is going to be the guy that carries the ball here for the foreseeable future, he's got to stay on top of those things. And I think because he hasn't done it at this level, he's figuring those things out. So that's something he needs to be on top of, improve on. But that's almost just through experience because he hasn't had the experience yet. So I would say just you know the consistency thing, an odd bad goal in practice, and just being on top of his conditioning level and his physical well-being in terms of you know, is he tired, is he not tired, does he need 50 pucks a day, does he need 250? Those are things that he hasn't had to deal with yet as the guy. So we'll see how he does. Our mentality is he's going to be fine because he's such a mature guy and he knows what he needs and he knows where he wants to be. You can see him when those goals go in practice. He's not happy about it. It almost shocks everybody because that doesn't happen. But you know, we all have to keep in mind that 2 years ago, I'm not sure if Andrew had a league win, you know, and now he's kind of the man. And I put him in that position. There's no doubt about it. But he's still developing as a young guy. You know, last year he was in a 1-1 situation until the end of the year. So he's still developing as the number one goalie. Just trying to figure himself out with that. In junior, from what I understand, he was that. So I think that's somewhere he needs to improve and continue to work based on just living it, experience, and the odd bad goal in practice, which you know, I know he's working with.
What's Lake Superior doing well? What do you like?
I just think they're very deep. They defend hard, and they've got a good goaltender. I don't think they look, without Rick Schofield there and Acton there, which I think everybody okay, Rick, go get us a goal or go do something, you know, go make it happen because you're the man. Then all the pressure's on him. Well, now they're doing it by committee. They're doing it from line 1 to line 4 and all 60, and then Kapalka's as good of a goalie as we have in the league. But they've always competed very hard, in my opinion. They came here last year. We went up there last year. They just, you know what you're going to get at Lake Superior. And if you take them for granted, which I'm not saying Michigan State did that, but you know, if you let them, you let your foot off the gas for 1 second, they will hurt you. And they're starting to gather probably some confidence, and they haven't lost the game yet. They're 2-0 in our league. You know, I think they always have that underdog chip on their shoulder, which is a good thing, in my opinion, because we're in that same situation. I just like what they're doing there. They're not a flashy bunch, but they work and they work and they work, and they've got enough skill to hurt you. They've got size that'll hurt you if you're not ready to compete at a high level. And both games last year up there in particular were tight checking games. They were both shootout, 1-1 ties that went into a shootout. A bounce here, a bounce there. We need to be on the positive side of those bounces, and it's not going to be easy. So I like a lot about what they're doing.
Why are they able to take so few penalties every year? I mean, they're always among the...
Yeah, I don't know that, Kevin. I don't know that. I don't think... I'm not sure if any team can stress more than we do. Don't take penalties, and we still take them. So maybe I need to hold people more accountable to that. I don't know. I just I want to give credit to the coaching staff and Jimmy Rock and his bunch for they're doing something. Whether they're really focusing on it in practice and blowing the whistle and saying that's a penalty in practice, or they're just harping on guys every single day that we can't do this, or we don't want to hook, we don't want to clutch and grab, and we're trying to do the same things, but man, has it been hard for us? You know, I'm looking at some of the penalties we've taken the first 4 games, and you just shake your head. For as much as we've talked about it, and we continue to, and I guess the hard part is it hasn't been the same guy.
Yeah.
It's been this guy or that guy or this guy. If it was the same guy, that'd be easy. We say, okay, you step aside, but that's not the way it is. And we're just making poor decisions with our stick. We're making poor decisions with our hand away from the stick in terms of the clutching and grabbing. And then we've made a couple poor decisions of hitting guys in the numbers, which obviously is totally ridiculous and unacceptable. But Lake Superior hasn't had that trouble. I mean, I think I saw this weekend they were 1 for 4, and Michigan State was 1 for 2 one night, maybe the second night. I mean, that's, you know, I want to be a team that draws a lot of penalties no matter who we're taking based on our play, our second effort, our third effort, those kind of things.
Besides not taking bad penalties, are there specific things that you've got to do to be successful against this team?
Yeah, I really think we're going to have to be paying attention to the details of our game. No different than every game, but against this team, in comparison to the first 4 games we've played. Friday night last week, we were not good with our system stuff. We were out of position. We were in the wrong place. Saturday night, we were really poor with our physical decisions and our overall, you know, too many penalties, too undisciplined, that kind of thing. If we are either one of those things against that team, and a lot of teams in our league, if not every team in our league, they will hurt us. They will take advantage of those situations, and they will score goals. And ultimately, you know, we'll lose the games. We have to be on our game in terms of where we want to be and when we want to be there. From the system side, we have to be and have our emotions in check, but yet play on the edge and play hard from minute 1 to minute 60 or 65 both nights. It's kind of the standard answer. I don't think it's not going to change for our group. We don't have the explosive offense to catch up, or we don't have the capabilities of just playing a loose game. We are going to have to play tight games, but yet games where we're trying to take the game to them, and not sit back and hope that we just hang on. We cannot do that, and we won't as far as our preparation. But Lake State is a team that's playing with confidence that'll hurt you if you're not sharp.
What do you like about the way Marcus Perrier's playing?
Well, I like the fact that he stepped into his role as a 1, 2, 3 guy as a freshman and done pretty well. You know, if I look at his first 4 games, he's probably had 3 pretty good ones and 1 not so good. And that's not bad for a freshman when you look at over a 4-game span. You know, he's looking at 75%. That's not too bad. So he you know what we really like about Marcus too is he's very receptive and open to what we're trying to do here, whether it be on the ice or culture-wise. He's always got his eyes open and his mouth closed, and you know, we really feel like the future is bright for Marcus, and because he wants it to be that way. He doesn't have all the answers. He asks questions when he has them, and he makes adjustments when he gets the answers. He doesn't just continue to do the same thing over and over again. That's not right. Specifically, we obviously like his size and his strength, and we like the way he shoots the puck. He brings us an element from the point. His skating is underrated in terms of north-south in particular, but he does a nice job of defending with his stick, and we think that he's got a pretty good shot. So to this point, you know, he's been right where the expectations are.
And then injury-wise, Galley and Casera are the only ones.
Connor was back full today. He was full yesterday. Galley's groin issue is just not getting better. You know, so he was on the ice for 5 minutes yesterday and not at all today. So that's just going to take time. Obviously, we've all dealt with groins before, but as far as the indications are today, Connor Casera should be ready to go.
Good.
Thank you.
Good. All right, Coach, thank you.